Safety Consultant Podcast. I'm your host, Sheldon Primus. It's the podcast where I teach you the business of being a safety consultant, teach you guys about OSHA compliance, teach you about just a whole bunch of stuff. And I learn from you as well. I learn from our great guests that we have on from time to time. And today, though, what we're going to talk about is the government shutdown stuff. Right now, the government is not it's about to be partially shut down. I don't know if that's going to include appropriations for OSHA or not, but in the past, we've already had a couple of them. So let's take a look to what does a federal shutdown mean when it comes to appropriations for funds for OSHA to run. And this is going to be regarding the U.S. OSHA. So those of you that are international, I do not want to make you feel like I don't care about your regulatory situation, but this one is going to be focused for the U.S. market with the OSHA. However, I'm sure some of you are going to really feel like you got to get a grip of this, especially if you're going to expand business into the U.S. So this is what's happening during a federal government shutdown. Does OSHA stop inspecting? Do the citations stop? Do you get a free pass? Let's talk about what really happens. Okay, gang? That's the plan for today. So let's go ahead and let's get to it.
Sheldon Primus. Welcome to the Safety Consultant Show with Sheldon Primus, where we blend safety smarts with business brilliance and a pinch of Sheldon's signature wit. Whether you're a safety pro, a fresh-faced consultant, or just safety curious, get ready for a show that'll educate, entertain, and elevate your safety game. Let's dive into the art of consulting with your safety Sherpa himself, Sheldon Primus.
This episode is powered by Safety FM.
All right. So thank you. Welcome back, everybody. Just excited to be here. Time of recording is going to be February 16th, 2026. And I'm just going to tell you guys that I actually expect government shutdown things to just happen a little bit more and more frequently in the next 3 years. It just seems like we're trending that way. And I'd rather let you guys get prepared for it. So when it comes, there's certain things you could do for your own business. There's some things you could do for your company. Yeah, and then also just answer some basic questions. I've never worked for OSHA, though a lot of people think I have. OSHA adjacent. I'm a consultant, but I have many friends that have either worked for the agency, in the federal agency or state plans, or I've actually I've interviewed some people who have been at some of the highest levels in OSHA. So you can go back and look at the Jordan Barab episode. He was second in charge of OSHA during the Obama administration. There's just I know a thing or two about OSHA. So what I'm going to do is just break down the appropriations with you guys, and I'm going to use a document that's coming from the Department of Labor. And this is an updated contingency plan for the Department of Labor. So if you went to U.S. Department of Labor and you just look for plan for contingency for limited activities during a lapse in appropriations. This is dated January 30th, 2026. So it's hot off the press. So you'll see that document there. So it's a contingency plan document. I'm going to grab that. I'm also going to look at an article here that we had from October 9th, 2025 from J.D. Supra. This is for lawyers, and specifically the article I'm dealing with is Labor and Employment Insight Law. So these are the context, I should say, the context that I'm going to be looking at. And then also just dealing with some friends I know and what they've told me about it. So let's just break down what happens with a government shutdown. So first and foremost, Congress would not have passed funding for the agency. So without any funding for the agency will then have to just go to essentials. So that's what they're going to be looking for is essentials. And essentials is going to be covered by the employees that are considered essentials, not all employees. So what will happen is the agency will basically furlough, or will, not basically, they will furlough, except the essential people. So if you're not essential, you're going home. And the furlough means that you're going to be home during a time period that the government shut down, but then when you come back, you will get your full pay. So it's kind of like a paid vacation, if you would. And I've actually had someone, a good friend of mine, who has been area director or assistant area director in a certain office, and the assistant and the area directors, they're going to be considered essential, so they're going to cover all the essential functions of the government of their area until everything gets worked out. So they're going to be overworked. They're going to probably be a little cranky, probably going to be a little resentful that their buddies and co-workers are having a paid vacation while they are literally holding down the fort. So there's a little, employee nuance with that one. But according to this DOL plan, Department of Labor plan of January 30th, 2026, the total DOL employees, the Department of Labor employees, before the lapse for appropriation, so when I say lapse, that's what I mean, funding, 12,916. And then after, when there's active shutdown, there was only 3,404. So that means about 9,500 plus employees were furloughed during this time period. So when you're thinking about the scale of how many people are left, there's going to be 3,400 people left to do the job of 12,000 people. That's where the stress comes in, I wouldn't want to have to do that. You wouldn't want to have to do that, but that's something that just happens. So during this time period, you, as the subject matter expert for your organization, you as the consultant, here's your chance to truly shine. Here's your opportunity to just be available to help out those situations when OSHA is kind of not there. Now you are going to be that trusted source. So that's the key. You gotta kind of think of that one through. So, staffing goes down. For OSHA, and this is coming from the same document, total OSHA employees before the lapse was 1,600. Full-time during the lapse when everyone's gone is 460. So 1,200 furloughed, so 72% of OSHA staff were furloughed during that time period. So that's really big. So there's only some activities that are going to be allowed, and those emergency activities are going to be related to things that are going to be human, just safety for human life and protection of property. So imminent danger inspections will continue, catastrophe and fatality inspections will continue, serious injury reports, they'll follow up on that. High risk hazard complaints are going to be something that will be followed up on. Inspections of serious violations that have no abatement, that's going to be followed up on during this time period. So there's a lot that's going to still be followed up. Certain enforcement activities tied to statutory deadlines, they will keep working on that. And then they will review whistleblower complaints involving some sort of imminent danger thing. So again, those are the things that you will expect for you to see OSHA still involved in. So they don't disappear. They're just going to respond to life-threatening things. That's going to be the mentality there for the department. So what will be suspended during the shutdown is going to be a few things. So you're going to see during the shutdown, program inspections are going to be shut down. You're also going to see that the compliance issues, training, compliance assistance programs, outreach programs, technical assistance, rulemaking, whistleblower investigations, administrative activities. Those things are going to be the things that you're going to see OSHA's going to pretty much stop doing. They're not going to do those anymore because that's going to be considered non-essential. It's a bunch, isn't it? So during this time period, you're going to see a lot of things that might just have to be backburnered until they get a full staff. But life-saving stuff, your employee complains or something similar, you're still going to have to do that. Still have to, it's not you, but you're still going to have OSHA regulate those things. So not a free pass. You still got to report your fatalities. You got to report any catastrophes that happen, and that may prompt an inspection. So that's going to be something serious to think about. The imminent danger complaints. Workers feeling like, hey, if you don't take care of this, OSHA, I'm going to get killed or seriously hurt. They're going to follow up on that stuff. Some open cases, though, may be stalled. That's a serious thing. So you may see some open cases be stalled. You might see some informal conferences get paused. Citation, they're going to probably have some delays in that. However, the 6-month statute of limitations, that will still apply. So if you didn't know, once OSHA sees a violation, they have 6 months to write it up, if you would, and go ahead and issue a notice of violation, an NOV. So that still applies. And I've told my students plenty of times that if OSHA came by, they did an inspection, and it's been 5 months, and you're at 29 days or 30 days, and it's about to be 31 to make it 6 months, you are not calling OSHA anytime along that time period to say, hey, you did an inspection. What's going on? What's happening? I haven't heard anything back from you. I just want to check in. Are we still on? Don't do that. You're just hurting yourself. So that 6-month statute of limitation still has the countdown timer going, even though OSHA is not fully funded. So that's something. It doesn't mean you don't address the problem. It just means that you're not going to get a citation. So you want to still address the problem, all right? That's important. So I review. You definitely want to keep an eye on any kind of imminent danger, fatality, catastrophe reporting, serious injury reporting. If you're a high-risk area, if you want to know what high-risk area is to OSHA, consider going to the appendix and subpart E of your 1904 rules for record keeping. There's appendix there, and that appendix is going to let you guys know a little bit about who is considered high risk, and they do it by North American Industry Classification System Code, NAICS. So there's a list of those guys in that appendix, and subpart E, appendix A. Subpart E, 1904, subpart E, appendix A. Now, look that up. that I'm doing that by memory, so I believe that's where we're looking at. So anyway, you guys are still going to have to look out, So, but now the people who are going to be doing the follow-up are going to be really knowledgeable. So you're going to get more at risk because you're going to get a follow-up from an assistant area director or area director. So now the quality of enforcement that is going to come and see you is going to be that much greater because now you're dealing with someone who knows the rules, knows the regs, knows what to see. They could pretty much know when you're trying to pull the wool over their eyes. They've been around for a while. So now it's more important for consultants to be involved, and more important for you safety officers to guide your company in the way they should be. So that's a nuance. So now, here's my coaching moment for you guys. Again, you don't want to relax your efforts, your compliance efforts, or anything like this during a shutdown. And there's no current shutdown. There's almost a current shutdown as time of this recording. It'll be next week that Congress is back. So it's possible, but it's a partial shutdown. So you'll see that with TSA and other agencies. OSHA may be affected. I can't really remember on that case. But the way that this is going, the amount of closeness between shutdowns, I truly believe that we're going to be seeing this for at least the next 3 years. So you guys got to be ready. All right. We can't have our heads in the sand on this one. We got to be prepared. So you don't want to cut down on compliance efforts. This is the time to conduct internal audits. If you're a consultant, here's the time to go out there and you're going to talk to your potential clients and say, hey, I could give you a compliance mock OSHA audit so you'll be ready, especially those high hazard industries, that you're going to be ready for when OSHA comes back. You're going to do updates and written programs. So again, when OSHA comes back, those clients of yours are going to be ready. You're going to do your training contracts because, again, the mantra, when OSHA comes back, we need to be ready. All the stuff that's going to clean up documentations, and you're going to review things. If there is someone who is in that 6-month waiting period from when OSHA showed up to when there should be some compliance enforcement, that's a perfect person to get a hold of. You just go to OSHA.gov. You're going to look at some of the citations. It might be, I was about to say establishment search, if you know a company, but if you don't, then typically you're going to probably just do a search on the OSHA standard and look for current violations, and that, just to kind of walk you guys through it like I normally do, OSHA.gov, you're going to look for enforcement. Then you're going to click that tab that says enforcement. You'll see OSHA enforcement. Click that tab, and then there's going to give you a good levy of different things that you can see with enforcement there. What you're going to be looking for is you want to just find first national emphasis program, local emphasis programs. Then look for a hazard that is in your area. Grab a keyword from one of those national emphasis programs and local emphasis programs. So let's say you see a national emphasis program on silica. All right, silica is going to be your search. Then you're going to go back to data and statistics page. And when you get to data and statistics, you want to do a data and statistics search on inspections. And you're going to do that by inspection summaries. And once you click on inspection summaries on that page of data and statistics, then you're going to look for just not frequent, you're going to look for current people who are having citations currently in this year. And that's who you're going to target in your area. You could even check it out by region. So you're going to target them by LinkedIn or go, do a call to their office. So that's how you find them. All right. If you need to hear this again, definitely rewind it and then, listen to what I just said, stop, pause, do the action, then listen again, stop, pause, do the action, and then you can follow everything I just said. All right. So now I just want to let you know again, though OSHA may be not fully staffed and running on a skeleton crew, that doesn't mean that your obligation under the OSHA Act is gone, because that never shuts down. Just means now that you could be a little bit more strategic as to catching up if you find some hazards and you're getting a lot of near-miss reports or whatever. Clear that stuff up now before OSHA gets back. And make sure that your employees feel like you're doing that, because honestly, the employee part is where your vulnerability is going to be, because once OSHA shows up, what will make them show up is those complaints, especially in your high hazard areas, right? So there you go. That's what you do when there is an OSHA shutdown. For those of you that are not aware, I do have a coaching program that I'm about to start. I'm doing a waiting list. So just keep an eye out on sheldonprimus.com. That's going to be where I'm going to keep an eye, just because honestly I'm getting close. So sheldonprimus.com. If you're looking for some more information regarding doing some classes or courses or anything like that, again, you could go to sheldonprimus.com, but go to safetyconsultantblueprint.com, and then you could get yourself started with the Safety Consultant Blueprint course. All right, so now you guys know what to do or what to expect when OSHA shuts down. Go get them.
That's a wrap for today's safety show. Remember, safety isn't just about hard hats and caution signs. It's about business smarts too. Thanks for joining us on the Safety Consultant Show with Sheldon Primus. Until next time, stay safe, stay savvy, and keep consulting like a boss. Go get 'em. The views and opinions expressed on this podcast or broadcast are those of the host and its guests and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of the company. Examples of analysis discussed within the past hour, only examples. It should not be utilized in the real world as the only solution available, as they are based only on very limited and dated open source information. Assumptions made within this analysis are not reflective of the positions of the company. No part of this podcast or broadcast may be reproduced, stored in a retrieval system, or transmitted in any form or by any means, mechanical, electronic recording, or otherwise, without prior written permission of the creator of the podcast or broadcast, Sheldon Primus.
This episode has been powered by Safety FM.
Are you ready to make a difference? Introducing the Safety Consultant Blueprint course. Unlock your potential as a safety consultant. Learn the skills, strategies, and ethics to create safer workplaces for your very own client. From risk assessment to client acquisition, we've got you covered. Become a safety consultant and open doors to being your own boss. Join us and be the hero of workplace safety. Enroll today. Safety starts with you. Take the first step now. Visit our website and enroll in the Safety Consultant Blueprint course. Empower businesses. Protect lives. SafetyConsultantBlueprint.com.